Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Thursday, February 10th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Durrell with you, ready to break down the Thursday NBA card. But before we get to that, we'll have Wham hopefully back with us as he's getting his technical issues figured out on this Thursday. Before we get to the card, though, we got to mention some of the deals and transactions on this busy trade deadline day in the association. Of course, we've had a multitude of deals. We see Montrezl Harrell traded to the Hornets. We see the Washington Wizards acquire Kristaps Porzingis from the Dallas Mavericks in return for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans going to Dallas. Very surprising that they actually split up Luka and Kristaps, considering, Dallas has actually played well for much of the season with both of those guys on the floor at the same time and positioned to maybe make some noise in the West. But when you're under the albatross of a massive overpaid contract like they were for Porzingis, you want to get out from under it so that you can be a player in free agency down the road. I think that's what Dallas was thinking. And they're going to have to hope that who they got back, specifically Dinwiddie, who's had a kind of a bad season, disappointing in Washington, maybe he gets revitalized and re-energized by going to Dallas, a team that's going to be in the playoffs. So fascinating trade there. Of course, the headliner is the one we've kind of figured would happen the last few days. James Harden, of course, traded away to the Philadelphia 76ers. I thought the Nets did a decent return. Ben Simmons has got his issues. They got enough guys to shoot the basketball for the Brooklyn Nets and score points, don't they? With Kyrie and with KD when he gets back. And what about Joe Harris when he comes back? You don't need that out of Ben Simmons. You need playmaking. You need athleticism. You need defense, especially. And he's going to give you that. So that's pretty good. They get a front court body that they badly need, and Andre Drummond as well. In that trade. So a couple of first-round picks they got, too, from the Sixers in for Harden there. So nice little return, a nice little haul that they got back for James Harden for the Brooklyn Nets. And for Philly, you just got to hope this guy is focused. He's not bitching about anything. He goes out there and does what he can do, and that's score points, assist, do all that for you, play solid enough defensively, and help out Joel Embiid, because we know Embiid and Harden have the potential to be an unbelievable dynamic duo, but can Harden have his head on straight and show up here for the Philly team? Because we know he didn't do that constantly for the Brooklyn Nets. Dutch, what do you think of some of these trade deadline deals?
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. The NBA is a hell of a drug.
Yep.
And you looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. Hey, be sure to hit that motherfucking like button like I'm hitting this playing the Skittle cakes, and it's going to get you right where you need to be. Big shout out to Mark, Nick, Tiffany, I see you, girl. Much love. Mr. Bo Jackson, Davy Jones, everybody. Share the motherfucking video, and once again, smash that motherfucking like button. Hey, smash the motherfucking like button like them Brooklyn Nets. Smash the motherfucking Sixers in the trade. Highway motherfucking robbery, bro. Like, straight up, took everything.
Seth Curry, too. I forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot that, too, bro. Stripped him butt naked, if you ask me, and gave him trash. Mr. James, I don't want to fucking play hard. And come on, man. Hey, this motherfucker might not be in the league in 24 months. That's the way this motherfucker is going. If you like anything about James Harden, I can't fuck with you. I'm just being real. Because that motherfucker is fake as it can be. I mean, he like a little bitch out there. And he gets what he wants. So, hey, I guess get a little pat on his back. But you'll see the Sixers will not be happy. Yeah, it does work for his ass. Start eating donuts, start walking around in fucking 4 hoodies and a jacket and shit. Next thing you know, your ass is on the way to Philly. But I will say Brooklyn Nets stole this motherfucker. I would have traded you straight up right now, Ben Simmons for James Harden. I don't give a fuck. I don't like James Harden. Right. I don't want that dude on my team. You can say what you want about Ben Simmons, but don't forget that his head coach shitted on him in the national media public. I don't like the way maybe he completely handled it, but the dude was shitted on by Doc Rivers. So Ben Simmons is a young elite talent in this league, and he will do wonders. I mean, fucking wonders with Kyrie Irving and motherfucking KD. And let's not forget, he's probably being coached by, I would say, the guy who's got the most talent out of his body, Steve fucking Nash. I mean, this guy literally was I won't co-sign for it, but he was a 2-time MVP and does all the fundamental things right. So if that's what I'm trying. I agree with you there with it. But hey, remember Amari, right? But hey, let's just say, I just say Steve Nash will make Ben Simmons a better player. Obviously, playing with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving's going to help. And you telling me you got Seth Curry and Drummond to help you out on the boards and 2 first-round picks? Hey, man, I need what the Sixers were smoking because that's fire.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great. It was a great return. It was. I didn't even mention when I first talked about that trade. Yeah, Seth Curry, a legit another perimeter weapon for the Brooklyn Nets. So don't worry about scoring without James Harden. When they've got Curry and they've got KD and Kyrie at the same time. Wait till Joe Harris comes back. Don't forget that guy either when he eventually plays again for the
That's what I'm
Brooklyn Nets.
saying.
Yeah, they're going to be able to score. And now you bring in Ben Simmons. We know he can't make a free throw. We know his Jimmy is nowhere to be found. That's another term for. Someone asked me the other day, "What do you mean Jimmy? It's another word for jump shot. That's I just call it Jimmy sometimes. Yeah, he's got no jump shot, no Jimmy. Sometimes we know that Ben Simmons, but he's great defensively. He's athletic. He's gonna, he's gonna play hard out there on the court. He's gonna get steals, deflections. He's gonna do all those things. And Brooklyn needs all of those things because defense has always been their problem. And now he's going to fix them in that area for sure. Durrell, crazy day. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that had something to do with money, right? That's why you couldn't do a one-on-one with Harden and Simmons because there was some money involved. But yeah, Dutch was right about that. I don't even need to speak on that. I'll let Wham speak on the Lakers because I'm not even talking about them anymore. And the weird trade for me is this Porzingis trade to the Washington Wizards. I don't know how he fits. I don't know what's going on here. So I don't know if there's going to be more moves made. I don't know if people are going to be dropped. But Spencer Dinwiddie leaving and then getting Porzingis in there, getting rid of Montrezl Harrell. You got a lot of bigs already there. It's wild, man. It's wild. So that one is definitely a head scratcher for me. Really is. I mean. I don't know if Luka signed off on it as well, but yeah, they got rid of Porzingis, and I thought Porzingis was doing really good.
They got to run it by him. There's no doubt they would pull this off without saying, Luka, we're going to trade Porzingis. What do you think? They got it. They definitely did.
And they were having Porzingis run plays right off the post, right? So Porzingis was actually coming into his own for a quick second in the beginning of the season. I mean, he kind of looked real bad, and then he started flaming, man. But now, he's out of there. So it's wild. It's wild how things are happening in the NBA. But him going to Washington and then Washington unloading, I'm crazy, man. This is wild. Wild day.
Absolutely wild. And the reason and people are going to complain about the return that Dallas got for Porzingis, and rightfully so. Dinwiddie's had a disappointing year. Bertans doesn't give you a whole lot other than maybe able to make some threes. But here's the issue. Guy that can't stay healthy, guy that's always constantly injured.
Yeah.
He's got a huge contract, and every GM in the league knows that. So they hold that over Dallas's head. We know you want to get out of that contract, and if you want us to take on that contract, you better not expect a king's ransom in return. That's exactly, I think, the situation Dallas found themselves in. You want out from under that contract for a guy that's injury-riddled so badly, don't expect a big-time return if you deal him. And I think they knew that going in, but they were okay with still going ahead with it. Wham, you can talk about the Lakers too. It's kind of shocking to me that they did absolutely nothing today. Apparently they picked their nose and looked at the ceiling all day instead of answering the phone. But what do you think?
Yeah, I see people using Rob Pelinka Disney trip pictures for today. Oh, this is where he was at today. I don't think he was at Disney World or anything like that.
I think that's
hilarious. Yeah, that's funny as hell though. But no, as far as the I don't really need to talk about the Lakers. They don't even play today. What are we talking about the Lakers for today? We'll say that for tomorrow. Yeah, as far as the trade that you guys were just talking about with Spencer Dinwiddie, KP, like you mentioned, he's injured prone, so you kind of getting honestly like an even swap if you would think of it that way. But I think it's a little bit more lopsided. I think Dallas definitely got the better of the deal. They're going to be on more of a win now situation, get some playmaking duties off of Luka, which is definitely great with Dinwiddie. I do like that look there for them. As far as the main trade with Harden, why would you do this within your division? One of my boys, Social, did bring that to my attention. I'm thinking, yeah, that makes sense. Why would you want to do this in your division when you have to see this guy all the time? So that's something I'm going to be definitely focusing on and seeing how that makes sense. It's more games that you're playing throughout the year, seeing the same guy, not even just this year, but next year after that. Yeah, and I believe Brooklyn definitely got better. You don't need this guy to shoot now. Like you mentioned, Gary Harris not there. You got Gary Harris, Seth Curry, KD, Kyrie on the wing. I mean, come on, bro. He doesn't need to shoot, man. He just needs to defend and rebound and do all the great things that he do great. So I'm very interested in seeing that. I think Brooklyn definitely has the potential, again, to be one of the best teams coming out the East, but we'll have to see that again. We have to see what happens there. But yeah, man, very good, very interesting stuff. The Lakers, I expect them to be very aggressive during the buyout market, of course. But other than that, I'm interested in seeing
The
what
off
else
season.
happens, man. Yeah, pretty much the off season. You know, let's be honest, bro. We talked about it yesterday. I said the Lakers would be able to lose. They're most likely to lose. You know what I'm saying? And they did lose, right? So why do we need the Lakers to win now? Like now you just need to lose. Lose is more. You know, I
Yep.
feel more happier as a fan. We lose some games, get some of these
Tank
draft
for a better
picks.
pick, better
Let's
lottery
go. Let's
opportunity.
do that. Let's
Yep.
do that. Let's do that. So
Yeah.
that's the way I'm thinking here as well. But let's get to
LBJ ain't
today.
getting any younger though, my guy. That's the only thing I got.
Yeah,
to
man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
even care about ABJ at this point, bro. Like,
He
let
wants to
bro
play
go.
with his son Bronny and
Yeah,
probably
man.
somewhere
You
else. Let him
cool.
do it. Time to
We
go.
cool. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. You know,
You
that's
brought a
it.
title, at least one title. Yeah.
Good looking.
Yeah. Off
be
you
counting
go.
on Mr.
Exactly.
Fragile, huh?
Off
Yeah,
we
man,
go
that
as
shit
well.
terrible.
Off we go to the Thursday card. We've got 7 games to break down. Memphis and Detroit. We'll start with that. Memphis 11-point road favorites, 224.5 the total. I'm laying the points. I mean, Memphis is just a freight train right now. Terrific basketball. There's what look ahead spot. They got to play Charlotte in their next game. They're not looking ahead. They'll be focused here. And Detroit's terrible without Cade Cunningham. They've been without him for 4 games. 3 of those games they've lost by double digits. They're on a 0-5 straight up, 1-4 ATS slide. In their last 5 games, like I said, all of the losses have been by double digits, except the one, which was Boston by 9. Barely got inside the number there. Memphis is just an absolute, a wagon. Well said by Coin in our chat. That's exactly what they are right now. They're not just beating teams, they're beating them down as well. You look at all the victories. When they win, they're winning by margin. Utah by 10, Washington by 20, New York by 12, Orlando by 20, Clippers by 26. In their last game. They are just playing great at both ends of the floor. John Morant is just balling right now. This team has obviously gotten a boost at both ends of the court since Desmond Bane came back the last week or so. Detroit's on the polar opposite. So for me, I don't normally lay double-digit road chalk, but I'm going to do so tonight with Memphis in this game. Dutch, how about you? Grizzlies, Pistons.
Yeah, man. Honestly, everything you said, I agree with Ian. But the last thing you said is me, bro. I can't lie to you. I don't lay double digits on the road like that. I mean, if it was probably the only game on the board today, I'd probably do it. Maybe look first half, but it's pretty high as well. So yeah, this is exotic backwood for me. I can't lay it on the road, but I would not be looking at Detroit.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too, but I said I'm going to make a rare exception because they're just playing that well, and they've not had that game where and same with Toronto. Say the same thing. I thought Toronto was in a tricky spot last night against Oklahoma City. This is a spot where it could sleepwalk, go through the motions a little bit. Didn't happen, and I'm hoping Memphis is the same tonight. Don't sleepwalk. Do what you've been doing, and you will blow this team off the court tonight.
Probably be 25-point game, to be honest with you.
Hopefully,
I got
hoping.
some rules,
I got to bounce back. 15-0 2 nights ago, 2-3 last night. So much different story last night for NBA. But the best bet cashed with the Bulls, which was nice.
That's all that
Daryl,
matters.
what do you think here? Memphis, Detroit.
I'm not playing this game, but yeah, man. You got to play Memphis here. You got to play. You know what team didn't have to do shit today? Memphis. They'd have to do a goddamn thing, but just chill. Detroit, they made moves. So honestly, it's just one of those things to where if you're going to play this game, play Memphis. Wire to wire. That last game, Memphis got up on them first quarter, 32-18. So they can come off fast, get out fast, knock these guys out, and keep it moving. So yeah, Memphis is the side.
Yeah, Memphis first half -6.5, -7. I think I'll probably split it with that and the full game because you're right. The first halves have been terrific for the Grizzlies. That scoring margin in the first half for Memphis lately has been off the charts. Wham, what do you think here? Memphis, Detroit.
Yeah, I'm keying in on Jaren Jackson Jr. Here. I think he gets the double-double today in this game at +400. It's hit 2 of the last 3 games, and this team, they're allowing the 6th most offensive rebounds to opponents in the last 5 games in Detroit Pistons. I think he could be able to get there here in this spot. He's obviously been a little bit more aggressive than the boards over the last 3 games, so I think he could get that spot there. That's the only way I'm looking here in this game. I agree with you. with the Memphis look, though, as far as the first half, especially that. We've said it before, they're a really good first half team, whether it's being on the road or at the house. They're pretty good at that in that span. So that's the way I would be looking. As far as full game, I wouldn't be surprised if Kate Cunningham it finally comes back and gives these guys the boost that I'm expecting him to have for the offensive end. So that's the only way I would be looking as far as Jared Jackson Jr. double plus 400 and maybe first half with the Memphis.
All right, Brooklyn and Washington. We've got the Washington Wizards 1.5 point home favorites, 217.5 the total in this game. Look, going into the trade deadline day, if you would have asked me 24 hours ago, what do you want to do with Brooklyn right now? I said I want to either bet against them or pass. What do you want to do with Washington right now? I either want to bet against them or pass. So you would think I'm passing on this game, and initially I was. Then the James Harden trade happened, and I think it's a cleansing of the air for the Brooklyn Nets going into this game tonight. And I see energy from this group tonight. I see passion. I think you're going to see it come back tonight. Look, all the reinforcements, obviously, won't be playing tonight. You won't see Seth Curry. You won't see Andre Drummond. None of these guys that just got traded. Of course, Ben Simmons. You won't see any of them tonight because the deal just happened. But I think just the fact the deal is done, you get this black cloud of sorts and all this distractions off the court with James Harden brought every single day. You get that away from the team now, and you see Brooklyn relaxed, nice and chill, free and easy tonight against Washington. And I still think they're better talent-wise and personnel-wise overall than Washington. That goes without saying. A Washington team that, if I'm not mistaken, still minus Bradley Beal tonight for this game against the Nets as well. And, of course, Gafford's still out. They did acquire, of course, Porzingis, the big deal with Dallas, but you won't see him. Obviously, it just happened. So I think Brooklyn's the side here as a small underdog, plus 1.5, plus 2. I think you see this team with the Harden nonsense behind them. It is a focused team. They get back to maybe having fun again, playing better. And I think it starts tonight for Brooklyn, even though, they'll be a little short-handed because of Harden being gone, but they'll get the job done, I think, here. I like Brooklyn in this spot. Wham, what do you think here? Nets, Wizards.
Yeah, man, it's very interesting this game. Obviously, with the big trade here, you don't have that many props available here, so I just let you guys know what guys I'm looking for. I'm looking for Corey Kispert points props in this game. I'm also looking for Denny Ania. I'm sure you could say his name, bro. I'll fuck that up, but the rookie kid Denny. I'm looking for his assist prop here. Somebody's got to be point guard. Somebody got to be the distributor. No Spencer Dinwiddie. No Bradley Beal. I seen my guy Ray Charles talk about the Kuzma triple-double here. I mean, he probably is going to be that guy that, for him today as far as the points for sure. So that's the way I would be looking here as far as Washington. If I'm thinking anything else, it has to be Brooklyn here. But, again, they've been losing, bro, and would I hope that these guys to care? Yes, maybe because Kyrie's going to be in the lineup, so maybe it's a little bit more focused. So you got one of your stars out there, should be there, but I'm not touching it as far as the game, full game, or any side or total here, just based off of I'm not sure what I'm going to get out of Brooklyn, but I think you're going to get some type of guys trying to score and trying to get them points, trying to get them stats that we talk about from the Washington Wizards. So those are guys I'm looking for. It's the rookie, Denny, and then I'm looking for Corey Kispert.
Yeah, Denny Aditsa. That's who you're thinking of there. Definitely. He's going to get more playing time for sure. You would think in terms of usage now with all the parts that have been moved out of Washington, he might be the guy that benefits from it for sure. Dutch, what do you think here, Brooklyn, Washington?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, Ron Crawford. Next bets. I see you, my dude. Mark Nick, JPZ, MD24. Everybody in chat, man. Salute. But you already know, Mr. Money Murray said it best. Backwood this motherfucker.
Here we go. First backwood for Dutch. First of many, I'm sure, here on this Thursday NBA card. Durrell, what do you like here, if anything?
Dutch got his saying, man. You know what I say? I don't give a shit about this game, bro. I don't give a fucking shit about this game. So
there you go. Nice and simple. So it's a couple props for Wham, and I like Brooklyn. So there we go on this one. And a couple of people that want nothing to do with it. It could be difficult. I might be just stupid to even trust in anybody of these teams. But I just think for Brooklyn, there's a little energy from them that this Harden crap is finally behind them. We'll see if they play like it tonight.
I agree. I agree with that. That's a good look.
I think so. Hopefully. Miami, New Orleans. We've got Miami 4.5-point road favorites here, 218 the total in this game. The Miami Heat certainly a team that certainly could come out of the East. Are good enough when they are fully healthy. They've won 3 in a row, covered 3 in a row, 3 convincing wins too, by 17 over San Antonio, by 18 against Charlotte, 21 against Washington. They're playing a New Orleans team. They probably should be able to handle them here. But New Orleans has played better lately, although 4 wins against 3 of them against weak competition, 2 against Houston, 1 against Detroit. They have covered 5 in a row, though, going into this game, the Pelicans. So got to give them credit for that. Of course, New Orleans also in terms of the acquiring C.J. McCollum a couple days ago from the Portland Trail Blazers will be ready to make his debut for the New Orleans Pelicans tonight in this game. So that's definitely good news on their part. I think right away when I think McCollum going to the Pelicans, I think obviously immediate improvement offensively. So I'm kind of leaning to the over here in this game at 218 with the Heat and the Pelicans. The Heat have actually been a big-time over machine. They don't play fast. They're pretty good defensively, but their offense has been just clicking and off the chart. And they've gone 8-2 to the over in their last 10 games. Pelicans have been an under team lately, but I think that changes a little bit now with McCollum coming on board to help them a little bit offensively. So I like the over here. I lean to Miami, laying the 4.5. Don't know if I'll bet it, but I would certainly only look to the Heat. It feels like it's a reasonable number, just laying 4.5 with Miami. But I like this total at 218 to go over. I think the Pelicans, just in the short term, capitalize on betting some overs with them now that C.J. McCollum is joining the fold. Durrell, let's start with you on this one, Miami, New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about this game. I really don't. I guess I can just say, just if you like the Pelicans, just kind of see how they play for a game or two. CJ is a great player. He's a bucket, but just kind of wait it out. I don't give a shit about this game right now. But if I had a side to play, I've always thought New Orleans have had dogs, right? So it's just one of those games to where if I had to be forced to play, I would play the Pelicans. But right now I don't give a shit about this game until CJ has 1 or 2 under his belt. Yeah,
and I think there's some truth to what some people are saying in the chat too about it. You know, when you bring a new player or a couple new players and they make their debut, sometimes the chemistry's screwed up. You know, for the first game or two, it needs, a couple of games to really get that cohesion together. Maybe that's the case for the Pelicans. And they're not the better team than Miami. So that's why I still think Miami is the side I would bet here, minus 4.5. Dutch, Heat, Pelicans.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to JB Brown, Mr. H-Town. Abel, I see you, my dude. Yeah, man, don't overthink this shit. Hey, like we like to say, there's levels to this shit. And the Miami Heat are clearly a level above the motherfucking Pelicanos. I mean, it's not even fucking close. And then you got, I know, they got CJ coming in, but this motherfucker ain't been on the move. We've been chilling in P-Town for a minute, also coming off an injury. So he's not used to being traded. I believe it's going to take him a minute to sink in there in New Orleans, fit in a little bit, just being a new player anyways and a new roster, but obviously not being traded, not being in this situation before, I think it'll affect him a little different than maybe someone that's on the move consistently. But I do believe, the Miami, they're just a better team, and they're playing good ball right now. I mean, we got everybody back. I mean, we got Hero back in lineup. We got Martin back, and little Caleb Martin's a dog, man. He out there playing defense, knocks down the open three, type of guys you want on a basketball team if you're trying to compete every night. And then someone like us betting every night, we need players like that do show up every fucking night. I like it, man. And you got Gabe Vincent coming off the bench now. We got Lowry back, so it's allowing him to play his role now. He was overplaying. He was in a role he shouldn't have been in, and now he's looking better because he's back in his role. Solid little guy can knock down open shots off the bench. But Bam, man, who's gonna fuck with Bam? Let's not get it twisted. I mean, he's a nightmare for fucking Big Val. I mean, don't put BI on his ass. He might fucking run his ass over. He might be missing another game. God forbid BI misses one more. But yeah, man, this is clearly a Miami Heat spot, locked in first half and full game. Don't overthink this, boys. The Heat are 4-0 ATS last 5 as a road favorite, 7-1 ATS last 8 meetings versus these boys, and 5-1 ATS last 6 when they hit Bourbon Street. So they do well out there. They like that jambalaya. They fuck with the shrimp. And when it comes to the Pelicanos, Man, these guys are 27% from 3-point shoot, 27th in the league, at 32% from the 3-point line. And now they got rid of Hart, got rid of Walker. They can't make a fucking 3-pointer. And you say, yeah, CJ is going to come in here and help that out a little bit from 38%, right? But then look at it the other end. Now you got Devontae Graham and CJ McCollum defending as your backcourt. That seems suspect as fuck to me, if you ask. If you're asking. And also, when it comes to Miami, 3-game winning streak, allowing 93 points per game. They're locking motherfuckers down, only allowing 40% from the field. And the average margin of win, you touched on it, Ian, 18 points per game. Load up on Miami here early and often. Easy money.
There you go. Miami with conviction, -2.5 first half, -4.5 in the full game. And I would agree. My board of presidents of the fan club for the Heat already, Dutch and I, we've sung their praises all year, and rightfully so. And they are healthy now. Yeah, Caleb Martin and Markieff Morris has been out for a while anyway. Caleb Martin may not play. But other than that, this team's as healthy as they've been in weeks, if not months. Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero's going to play. They're all on the court tonight for the Miami Heat. It's a pretty damn good team when they've got most of their guns on the floor. What do you think here, Wham?
I'm right there with you. I think it's going to be a first half smash spot for me with the Miami Heat. I just think they continue to do what they have been doing on the road, especially on the road. Their last 10 games, covering 7 of the last 3 in the first half. I'm looking in and take care of that spot here. I think what you said is exact right on. Like, these guys getting a new addition that's going to be a big piece for them long term. And you say, like, who's going to stop Bam right now? The first person I thought about was like, man, if they had Zion, bro, that'd be the guy right there. Like, they'll be in this matchup. They'll be in this game for sure. But I don't think right now, you know what I mean? Especially
Zion
with a guy like CJ. I think Zion he can figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the offensive side. On the offensive side, he's going to put that work on his ass.
Don't get me wrong.
Exactly. So that's energy. That's energy gone, bro. That's energy gone. You feel me? So that's all I'm saying. But okay. So, but as far as today, you know what I mean? Like, I think you're right on, spot on. Miami should be able to do what they have to do in this game. I will say though, both of these teams have been playing pretty well over the last 5 games. One team is slightly better defensively. In the Pelicans, they have been playing pretty good defense, pretty consistent. I mean, for the last week or so. So, and they got their guy BI back, so it's getting a little bit more better for them offensively. The 3-ball, like you mentioned, though, that's bad, bro. They ranked 28th in that span over the last 5 games, so they ain't been shooting the 3 good. So I don't know how much CJ's gonna help on that. He's doing pick and rolls and shit. That ain't gonna be, he ain't gonna be picking popping from 3 that many damn times. Maybe once or twice, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? So I do like the Miami Heat the first half here. You get it at 2.5, I believe, or I think maybe even 3's there, but you can get that 2.5 that I got. I got the 2, you know what I'm saying? But you may be able to get the 2.5 there.
All right, there we go. 288 live viewers. Hit the like button. We appreciate that. Let's roll on to Toronto and Houston. The Raptors, 7-point road favorites, 223 the total in this one. Credit to Ski on the show yesterday. He basically said, we're worried maybe a flat spot, lethargic, the Raptors. What do they got to look ahead to? Houston? They came out and they took care of business here last night against OKC. They were just the much better. They're on a roll right. I'm not stepping in front of the Raptors. No way. Even on a back-to-back, I'm not doing it right here, especially with this Houston team. 1-6 straight up, 1-6 against the spread the last 7, all 6 losses by 13 points or more. The Raptors, I actually think 7's a discount. And I know people are reacting to Fred VanVleet being out tonight. Definitely disappointing that he's not going to play. But when I look at the starting 5, you're going to have Gary Trent still in that backcourt. They're going to put OG alongside him there. I like that. They're capable. They're good players, especially right now. Both of them are balling. Barnes, Siakam, Achua in the front court right now tonight for the Raptors. And Achua, credit to Wham. He mentioned this a long time ago. He's starting to hit a 3 or 2, this guy, Precious Achua. That perimeter shot, he's taking them and he's making a couple. So, I still like that starting 5. Houston can't get out of their own way right now. They might even bet this thing toward Houston more with the VanVleet news because this was 8. It's down to 7 now with Toronto. I'm probably going to bet Toronto for something. It won't be a best bet, but Toronto -7. I mean, Toronto, one of the better teams in the NBA on back-to-backs. 8-1 ATS their last 9 games on the second night of a back-to-back. So I don't mind them being on a back-to-back spot like this, especially when they're playing a weak team. It would be Raptors or nothing. Raptors laying the points or nothing. I probably will put some bet on Toronto -7 before tip-off here. What do you think here, Wham? We'll start with you on this one. Raptors, Rockets.
Yeah, man, I'm not going in front of Toronto, and I definitely would think to fade the Rockets here. Like you mentioned, 8-2 ATS, one of the best teams on a back-to-back this year is Toronto Raptors. I can only go in that direction. And I did look at the Precious Achua 3-point. I did look at it, bro. It was plus 200 earlier. They took it right off the board. So somebody hit it. You know what I mean? Somebody took it off the board. It's not available anymore. I didn't bet it yet, but that was something I did look at. As far as this game, though, as far as props, I'm thinking Pascal. Pascal continues to do his thing as far as what he's been doing recently. Obviously, it's at 24 and a half now. Was recently, I believe, at 22, which you were seeing it at hitting at a high rate. So maybe 24 is a little bit out of reach, but I don't think so. I think the points, rebounds, and assists as well. Shout out to Klay Thompson for coming here, dropping gems. We appreciate you, Klay Thompson. But yes, sir. Like I
why didn't you play last night, Clay? That's my question. Yeah,
because he gonna play. Yeah, he coming in hot. He coming in hot now. I like the Pascal 24 and a half points. I think that's a good look for tonight, especially without Fred VanVleet. That's probably the reason why I went from 22 to 24 there, based off of that production being lost there. So I do like Pascal in the points. That's probably the best bet that I did make in this game. I didn't make the full game bet, but that's something I am leaning towards. I do think that Toronto is just too hard to pass up, even if this is a bad spot for them as far as what you're seeing. I think you got guys that's on a injury on a trade block like Christian Wood. Those guys already shown that they kind of mentally unstable and shit. They getting their feelings. So maybe it's a bad bounce back after the trade deadline. Maybe a little bit too much pressure is off of these guys and they just chilling up. So I do like Toronto to be focused here and maybe even cover by margin in this game.
Yeah, I'm with you on Siakam as well. Over points, rebounds, and assists. Probably a good prop to look at. I think the guy's pissed off that he, was in and out. It's kind of struggled early in the year, but he's gotten red hot in the last month or so. And he probably figures, hey, if I had played this way earlier in the year, I might be in the All-Star game. Well, not the case, but he's making up for it right now, playing great. Durrell, what do you think here, Toronto, Houston?
Yeah, I already stepped on it, man. I did. I took Toronto first half and first quarter. I did already. It's one. How do you get in front of Toronto? And I was saying this yesterday, man. A squad that's playing really good defense besides Toronto is Boston. That kind of just reminds me they're just locking people down right now, man. And Toronto has just got some big, long guys, man, that could just stop you, disrupt the passing lanes. They're just doing the most right now, man. So I don't see how you get in front of that. So it is a back-to-back, but you still got this large of a spread. I don't care, man. So I do like Toronto. I got him at -4.5. It's gone down to 4, but I like him first quarter as well. So I did take him to -2 first quarter and first half. I didn't step on a full game, but I don't see why this isn't a wire-to-wire. I'm not afraid that VanVleet isn't in. That just, if anything, to y'all's point, that's just going to make more room for Siakam. I looked at Pissant's assist, man, and that motherfucker was at 6.5, and that was juiced. So what kind of night that's going to be if he's at 6.5 and it's at almost -170. So it just frees up more passing space. You'll see a lot of pick and roll action from Siakam and Barnes. I like it, man. I like it. So I did step on first half and first quarter. I think that is the side. Wouldn't be mad at you if you took them full game or trifecta.
I'm just looking at the standings. I didn't realize they'd gotten this high up, Toronto. They're 6th in the East right now. They're like 1 or 2 games out of 4th in the East. That's insane. My God, man. Nick Nurse, man. What a machine this guy is a coach. I mean, just unbelievable job he's done here with this group. Terrific job. What do you think here, Dutch, Toronto, Houston?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, Sweaty Butcher. Jay Wills, I'm on that Skittle cake. But yeah, man, Ray Charles, I see you. Raptors with double digits. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm all over the Raptors here. I got it in at 8 early, and then now obviously with the VanVleet news, I was on Jimmy's show earlier, and it was down to 6.5. But 7, I believe, pretty much agree with everything everyone else said on the panel. Still good value here, I think. And not only are we betting on one of the better teams in the NBA right now, playing statistically, and if you're watching eye test wise, they are one of the better teams right now in the NBA. Definitely well coached But yeah, the Rockets are on the complete other fucking end. There's levels to this shit, and we can fade the Houston motherfucking Rockets. They are 1-4 ATS last 5 at the house. They've lost one. They're 1-12 straight up last 13 games at the house. So let's go ahead and not be scared of this back-to-back situation. Ian touched on it. 8-1 last 9 in back-to-backs for the Toronto Raptors. First quarter, first half, full game. I like it all. I do like the full game official.
All right, Clippers and Dallas Mavericks. Dallas 6.5-point home favorites, 215 the total in this one. You've got obviously Dallas making the move today, sending Porzingis to Washington. They will get, of course, Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans in return, but that doesn't do them any good tonight because none of those guys will be there yet. But Dallas is still playing some good basketball, 3 straight wins and covers against Philly, Atlanta, beat down Detroit by 30. Just a couple of nights ago, and now they take on the Clippers, who are continue on this road trip. Well, it's the last game, then they go back home. They got just dismantled by the Grizzlies in their last game, and before that, they got dismantled by the Bucks. So stepping up in class for the Clippers has not been very good for them. This Dallas or nothing for me. I might even get there with Dallas here, 6.5. Clippers have not shown me any ability to step up in class here against better competition. Of course, still playing without Paul George for the foreseeable future, and likely can see their offense struggling here, as it often has against some good defensive teams. And look, Dallas has got that defense back on track again. Remember, they kind of not fell apart, but they were kind of playing not as well defensively there late in January. Well, the last 3 games, they've held opponents all below the century mark. So that defense is coming back again for the Mavericks. So I would lean with the laying the points with Dallas and the under as well. Dutch, we'll start with you here. Clippers, Mavs.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty much right with you there, Ian. I love the Dallas Mavericks here. They didn't really give away too much. KP ain't fucking playing in the lineup, so we don't got to really worry about it affecting too much, recent, right? So
Right.
these Mavs, man, they got Luka the motherfucking Dom back, and I mean back. He back like to where he was before. Like he's looking real good. Just running the show. He's the best player on the court. When he touches the court, it don't matter who's on there lately. He's looking like the old Luke. I really like what I see. And then you got Jalen Brunson too. I like this guy, man. Really aggressive, going to the hole, can knock down the mid range and an open J. You look at Reggie Bullock. He's starting to hit them open threes. Really playing lockdown defense. I mean, this fucking team. It's amazingly how when you look at them, you wouldn't think about it, especially with Luka being the best player, who's not really fully a fucking no defensive stopper. That let's not say that. But they're only allowing 92 points here in a 3-game win streak. They just continue to get better. Their average win mark in this 3-game win streak is 16 points per game. So I believe the 6.5, 7 is still real solid here. They are 5-1 ATS last 6 at the house. Now the Clippers, I believe they hit a wall. Played very impressive with a lot of injuries. I know they got Covington and Powell in there, so they do have to worry about new mixes. And I don't know how it's going to fit with Powell and Reggie. To me personally, I know Reggie wants the ball in his hand and wants to shoot. So, Powell taking that away, I don't know how he might feel some type of way about that. But I do believe that they're going to be overmatched here, and we can load up on the Mavs. The Clips, like I mentioned, they hit a wall of late. They're 1-3 last 4 overall, allowing 131 points a game in the 3 losses. And their average loss is 18 points per game. So I believe this will probably be a double-digit win here by the Mavericks at the house.
And that's the key, what Dutch just said. Many of the losses have been by margin for the LA Clippers of late, for sure. Durrell, what do you like?
Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. I'll tell you this. I'm not playing this game, but I do agree with what you both said. But there was a clip going around Twitter. Have you seen the dynamic right now with Luka and Jason Kidd? Like, these guys actually get along, man. They actually get along. And Kidd is
there was
coaching
friction with Luka and Carlisle.
Exactly. And that's something that you didn't see with Luka and Carlisle. But you see this dynamic that's happening right now that's allowing Luka to play freely, and that's honestly allowing Kidd to coach freely and even take risks if he had to.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, man, Dallas should go out here and mop these motherfuckers up. Because what does the Clippers have right now? What do they have right now? I mean, there's so many moving parts there. You probably got rid of the elephant in the room with unloading, Porzingis. I'm serious. The only reason why I won't bet this game is because there is so many moving parts, right? So when it gets like that, I'm just like, yo, I'm off of it. So The only thing I can say is just from a narrative perspective, bro, what I see happening with Luka and Kid that coach, man, I haven't seen Luka this happy in a long time, man. So if I'm trying to judge the rookie coaches, that being Kid and Billups, man, Kid is doing his damn thing right now. So I do like Dallas here. I'm just not going to bet it too many moving parts.
Yeah, and definitely you got to give Kid credit. You know, this team didn't start great for Dallas necessarily, but and you're right. That's like the married couple on their honeymoon still. That's what it's like with Jason Kidd and Luka Doncic right now. The relationship couldn't be better. Wham, what do you? It'll be interesting to see if they have a bad time either later this year or next year. They have a bad season or disappointing and things are kind of going off the rails. If it's still that way, but right now it definitely is with coach and the star player a good relationship. Wham, what do you like?
Yeah, you know what I do like, y'all, in this game is that this is going to be an actually good competitive game because, like you guys mentioned, both coaches is getting the best out of both of these teams. I would say that Marcus Morris for the Clippers has been playing out of his mind over the last 5 games. He's averaging 15 points, shooting at a crazy rate from 3, 48%. About 5% from 3 there. So I kind of do want to look at his props. His points is set at 14 and a half. So he just needs to hit his average that he's been averaging over the last 5 games there. As far as his 3-point there, they are going to give us a little bit less juice for that, of course, but it's at minus 145. So I do think he gets the 2 threes today in this game. He's averaging about 2.6 3-point makes in his last 5 games as well. But even with Norman Powell being in the lineup, I think that takes away, like you mentioned, Dutch, from Reggie Jackson, which is a good thing because he does boneheaded shit. You guys know how streaky this motherfucker is. If he's you're gonna live and die by that type of shit. So having somebody a little bit more consistent that will pass the ball up if he doesn't have a shot, like Norman Powell, that's going to help this team out long term. So I don't want to bet against the Clippers, to be honest with you. Just based off of that, I think both of these teams are very good coached, and I want to see how the teams look afterwards. So I'm gonna stay away from betting both of these games. But as far as the prop that I like in this game, and I did bet was 14.5 points for Marcus Smart, and I also did take a stab at the minus 140 at the time of the 3-point make, so 1.5. So if you like that's the only thing I did lock in.
All right, good stuff. We got the NBA Finals rematch. Next up, Milwaukee and Phoenix. We got the Phoenix Suns 3-point home favorites, 233 the total. This is that first meeting between these teams since last July when Milwaukee outlasted Phoenix for that NBA championship. You got to know this was a spot circled on the Suns' schedule, and I'm going to go on the Phoenix Suns here, -3. And it's no slight against Milwaukee. Hey, Milwaukee was nice to me against the Lakers the other night, but it's like the old saying, you're not playing the Lakers tonight. You're playing the Phoenix Suns. You're playing a team that's playing as good as any team in the Western Conference, 22-5 on their home court this year. The only mild concern for me for Phoenix tonight is third game in 4 days and coming off a road trip and lots of travel. That does bother me a little bit. And maybe in the first quarter, they're a little sluggish. I still think adrenaline, though, can take over. They're certainly going to be geared up times 10 for this game, playing Milwaukee for the first time since the finals. The spot does concern me, so this is not going to be best bet or anything, but going to take, and thankfully for them, DeAndre Ayton's playing, because obviously when you're facing Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's imperative that at least they have Ayton on the floor. He will be there for the Suns tonight. So Phoenix -3. I don't love the scheduling situation or the travel situation for Phoenix. That's what's going to keep it a smaller bet, but I like the Suns still -3. I think they'll find a way. Dutch, what do you think here? Suns hosting the Bucks NBA Finals rematch.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a real good game here. And honestly, I like the Bucks here. And then I looked a little more into it, and I was like, man, the one thing that does kind of go back is you touched on it, the finals. But I can't step in front of Milwaukee here. So I'm gonna do what I usually do here, and that's Milwaukee first half. I made it official this morning on Jimmy's show, plus 125 money line. And I love Giannis here as well. But I don't want to say right now. The Milwaukee Bucks are playing the best basketball they've played all year. They did move DiVincenzo today, which I believe they had an edge as well with the bench because Phoenix is moving some guys, or Phoenix is missing some guys on the bench, and also Ian, you touched on it. I believe they can be somewhat tired tonight as well. Also, first game back, they handle some business with the family after being on that road trip. Touched on that a little bit. They could come out a little lurky, and that's why I like the Bucks first half here. And also, don't get it twisted. I know CP3 and Devin Booker. I don't really want to go against them in the fourth quarter. So I kind of want, realistically, think Phoenix wins the game. But I like Milwaukee early, first quarter, if you like it as well. The 4-game win streak, averaging 129 points per game, shooting 53% from the field. So it's not just Giannis. It's just not Bobby Portis. It's everybody shooting well. And it is Crazy Eyes' motherfucking birthday today. And believe me, they love this guy on that team. They go rally around that motherfucker, and they want to hit the motherfucking club afterwards and party good. But, I know they'll come out ready. I don't know if it'll finish good. But they've won 4 straight meetings because they did sweep these boys after going down 0-2. They beat them 4 straight there in the finals, and it was really Giannis just having his way with them. Now, they are 3-1 as well. ATS last 4 on the road, and 5-1 ATS overall last 6. So Milwaukee's been handling business. They are 9-1 straight up last 10 versus the Western Conference as well. So they do play up to the competition. And now, now what I like here is Giannis last 4 meetings, those 4 games, where it's about as big as it gets, averaging 37 points per game. They have nothing for him. Tyler's too small. DeAndre's too slow. And whoever else you want to bring off the bench, get the fuck out the way, because Giannis is just going to put him on a poster. Now, last 2 games, he's won, or 2 out of the last 4, he's went over this number. The 2 games he didn't go over this number, the number's 29.5 minus 118. The 2 games he didn't go over this number, he had 29 in 27 minutes and 28 in 30 minutes. Clear blowouts, just didn't get the minutes. He'll have a 40-piece tonight. Motherfucker might be going to Chick-fil-A after the motherfucking game. But yeah, fear the motherfucking deer early and often and load up on Giannis.
Giannis over points. It makes sense to me. The matchup, and he did have the edge over Ayton in the finals last year. We know that. You're right. Ayton, that first step to the basket, Giannis, and Ayton could never react quickly enough. And he's beaten to position, beaten to the rim, and that was it. That was the issue in that turning point in that series, especially when the Bucks made that run. Durrell, NBA Finals rematch. What do you like?
Yeah, I like the Bucks. I do. You look at what the Bucks are doing with their whole body of work. First quarter in the last 10, they're 7-3. Phoenix is 6-4. You look at their season averages right now; they're neck and neck. They're both 29.1 points in the first quarter, but they're second and third in the league right now. If you look at what they've done over the last 3, Milwaukee's actually doing better. So they've turned it around since that ass whooping by Denver, right? They've just turned that shit around. We might be talking about a completely different spread if Joel Embiid makes that pass to Seth Curry in the game that they almost lost in Philly. Now, it's off a back-to-back, but they almost lost. They almost lost that fucking game. So I do like Milwaukee first quarter and full game here. So I did already step in Milwaukee full game at the +3. I think they just know this squad. I think they do. And I think they're going to come out hot as well. So Milwaukee is the side. That first half might get a little tricky, but I think Milwaukee can get down and at least win the first quarter, man. I mean, they're already averaging more points in the first quarter than Phoenix, and that's with Devin Booker playing a whole first quarter. I mean, your man's plays 12 minutes in the first quarter. So if they're averaging more than what you have D Book in, you're not going to get that much more out of Phoenix Suns than what they're giving you in the last 3. So, they are off their own little road trip. It was a back-to-back the last games they did play, but this is just one of those times to where Milwaukee should be able to get it done. I like them first quarter at +1. I stepped on it, and I like them full game at +3.
It is hard to step in front of that team right now. I mean, these last 4 games, they've been just magnificent, both ends of the floor, and unstoppable offensively in particular.
Right.
135 points per game average. It's sick numbers they're putting up. Wham, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a trend here. And both of these teams over the last 5 games, both went over the first half, 4 of those last 5 games. I expect these guys to continue to score. Like you guys mentioned, both of these teams know each other. They know how to get to their spots. They've seen these players before. It's pretty much the same teams, added in certain other players there. But I think that this is a Milwaukee spot as well. I do like the Milwaukee Bucks. They are the number 1 offensive rating team, number 1 in effective field goal percentage, shoot at 60% in that regard. I just expect these guys to go over the 113.5 points. So that's the way I'm going here is over 113.5 points. Again, both of these teams 4 to the last 5 games to the over. So let's get to that.
All right, good stuff indeed. this is definitely appointment viewing tonight on TNT, no doubt. Bucks and Suns, the second of the doubleheader tonight. Not this last game on the card, maybe not so much. New York and Golden State. Golden State 9-point home favorites, 217.5 the total. I've only got a couple minutes left, so I'll just keep this brief. For me, it would be Golden State first half full game split. Keep it simple. I know it's back to back. And that bothers me a little bit, but they got just blasted by Utah tonight. Klay Thompson was rested last night. You'll have him back in the lineup tonight. And the Knicks are just a rudderless ship right now that looks like it's sinking. Warriors are nothing, and I do a first half full game split. What do you think here? Durrell, we'll start with you here. Knicks Warriors.
I don't give a shit about this game.
There you go. Nothing for Durrell. Wham, what do you think?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna stay away from this game, but this is a game that I may be adding something on. But as of right now, it's a backwood, so I'll stay away.
All right, Dutch.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. Ian. I believe the Warriors are good. They will come out and play early and often. A great spot right here. I believe they'll have everyone ready to rock and roll. Obviously, no Draymond. But they got punked last night. They came out hot and then got hit in the motherfucking mouth and didn't get back up and just got stomped the fuck on. So I believe they're a good team, and this is a good buy spot for the Warriors. First half full game. And then also RJ Barrett's out for the Knicks, been their best player of late. So and they have the fucking Knicks, the organization right now. Everything is a hot fucking mess right now. So
it's a hot mess, Dutch. Yeah, it's a hot ass mess over there, dog.
It really is, bro.
1 year wonder.
Somehow they are a little gritty in that first half, so I stayed away from that. But I like the full game -9. I'm not mad at the trifecta spot here for the Warriors. They should come out and just stroke that shit.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention I am on Julius Randle over 20.5 points. You guys know I've been riding that. Yep. And he's been balling. Had 28 points in the last game, not the 30 that he had the 2 previous games before that, but he should be able to get over this number, especially without RJ Barrett.
There we go. Good stuff from Dutch, from Wham, from Durrell. Appreciate it. Yeah, ignore that Instagram account, Rob. It's been hacked. I've abandoned it weeks ago, so don't respond to anything in that. I got a new one now that one's hacked, so don't respond to anything there. Good stuff with Dutch, with Wham, and with Durrell. We appreciate it. Hit the like button. 328 live viewers. No time for the ads today, but we'll just mention Southtown 101 when you're in San Antonio, Texas. Stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, Manscaped, promo code Pub Sports. 20% off your purchase, Lawnmower 4.0, or any Manscaped product, 20% off with promo code PubSports and mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. Super Bowl 56 this Sunday, NBA, college basketball, NHL, huge UFC pay-per-view on Saturday. Sign up for an account, Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit, mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. All right, best bets, Dutch's freshest look. Let's start with Dutch today, freshest look.
Yeah, man. Hey, freshest look, we're going to Bourbon Street. It's about to be a motherfucking party, and it's going to be the heat, baby. Yeah, man. First half full game, lock it in, -2.5 and 4.5. Yeah, that's right, the 2-piece. We're about to eat.
There we go. Miami Heat. That's the first half, right? -2.5?
First half full game. Load the
first
fuck
half
up on
full
both
game.
of them. Yeah,
all right,
man.
we'll split it up.
Early and often.
There you go. -2.5, -4.5. Full game, first half. Best, freshest look for Dutch. Wham, best bet.
Yeah, I'm going to ride with my guy, Dutch. We're going to give you a 2-piece. We're going to say the first half to the Miami Heat -2.5, and then we're going to also go to the marquee game in the finals rematch. We're going to go over 113 points in the first half.
There you go. First half over Bucks Suns, and also Miami Heat in the first half as well. -2.5 for Wham. All right, Durrell, best bet.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll give you 2. I do like Toronto first half. I got it at -4.5. It's -4 now because of Fred VanVleet, but it's going to be a rout. It's going to be a rout. And I'm going to go with Milwaukee +3 here. It was +4 yesterday, even higher than that. So, there's money coming in to make that number go down. I like Milwaukee to win this game outright. I don't even care about the points. I think they're going to win this game outright against Phoenix. So give me those 2. Milwaukee +3, Toronto first half -4.5.
There you go. Toronto Raptors first half -4.5, and Milwaukee money line outright against the Phoenix Suns for Durrell. 2 best bets. And how can I not do 2 best bets after everybody else did? So I'm going to do that. Hey, if I win both of them, we're 10-0 with the streak. We're 8-0 with best bets, the streak going into tonight. So let's make them count. I'm going to be on 2 road teams. I'm taking Brooklyn +1.5 against Washington, and Miami -4.5 against New Orleans. Let's do those 2. Heat and Nets for the 2-0 sweep for best bets, hopefully tonight on this Thursday NBA card. And that'll wrap up this edition of the NBA Pub Hub. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. We appreciate it. Hit the like button on the way out. A reminder, we've got Net Profit College Basketball, Connor Mack, Maxwell Smart right now here on Pub Sports Radio. For Durrell, for Wham, for Dutch, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Thursday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll talk to you again tomorrow on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Salute to the real ones. And good shit today, Dale. Thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful thing out here. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, but stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.